What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Monday, July 13th. These picks apply for the DraftKings Showdown slate. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, real quick for those who don't know how these simulated slates work, everything works the same. You build a full lineup using the players available in the slate. The only difference is the fantasy points each player scores is a fantasy score from any game that player has played so far this year. Only players with at least 15 games played are in the player pool. Pretty simple. They just take a score at random from previous games that player has played, and that's it. So knowing how that works, we've added some tools to Draft Dashboard so you can see all the possible outcomes of scores from each player, and we show the percent chance that the player has to score in each point range. So pretty handy. You can hover over the Sim Scores button and see right here exactly what scores this player can get for this contest. It will be one of these at random. And then you can see what percent chance they have to score in these point ranges. Okay, remember, we have a daily cheat sheet for esports for League of Legends, and that's linked from the Sports tab right at the top of Draft Dashboard. And we now have a cheat sheet for Korean baseball, NASCAR, and the MMA, and you can find those cheat sheets linked from the Draft Dashboard news. Okay guys, let's take a look at this DraftKings showdown between the Detroit Pistons and the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm going to start off by giving you the top value play on the slate, and that's Luke Cunard, projected at 28.1 fantasy points here tonight. That's 6.7 times value. He's 4,200 DraftKings salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. An 11% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 46% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, a 39% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, and a 4% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. So I like Luke Cunard here at 4,200 DraftKings salary. And if you need another value play, take a look at Jordan Mccray, projected at 21.5 fantasy points here tonight. That's 6 times value. He's 3,600 DraftKings salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. A 29% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 54% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, a 9% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, and a 9% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. So I like Jordan Mccray here at 3,600 DraftKings salary. And if you're looking for a mid-range value play here, I like Blake Griffin, projected at 27.6 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.1 times value. He's 5,400 DraftKings salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. An 11% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 44% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, and a 44% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points. So I like Blake Griffin here at 5,400 DraftKings salary. Real quick guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. And it's almost time for live sports to come back. We have NBA starting July 30th, and MLB is going to start July 23rd. But we are posting a daily cheat sheet for esports for the League of Legends contests, and we have a cheat sheet for Korean baseball and the MMA. And I think these tools are going to give you a big advantage. There's no human element here. This is a stats game. This is a math problem. This is where our tools can really help you identify the numbers, the percent chance these players are going to score within these point ranges, so you know what you're getting into with each pick. Okay, moving up in salary here, I like Christian Wood, projected at 25.3 fantasy points here tonight. That's 3.3 times value. He's 7,600 DraftKings salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. A 25% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 35% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, a 27% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, and a 13% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. Now those sim scores don't look great, but he just so happens to fit a salary that I had left over. So he was kind of my final player that I was able to plug into my lineup. He was the best I could do for his salary. He wouldn't be my first pick, definitely not captain viable, but I don't mind Christian Wood here at 7,600 DraftKings salary. Okay, moving up in salary here. This guy should be in your lineup. I like Derrick Rose, projected at 31 fantasy points here tonight. That's 3.7 times value. He's 8,400 DraftKings salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. A 6% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 40% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, a 46% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, and an 8% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. So I like Derrick Rose here at 8,400 DraftKings salary. Okay, moving up in salary now, I like Jaren Jackson Jr., projected at 29.9 fantasy points here tonight. That's 3.3 times value. He's 9,200 DraftKings salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. A 9% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 44% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, a 44% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, and a 2% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. So you can see why Blake Griffin is such a good play here. They have pretty much the same stats, and Blake Griffin is 5,400, while Jaren Jackson Jr. is 9,200. But there's not many studs on the slate, and you got a couple of really nice value plays. So I like Jaren Jackson Jr. here at 9,200 DraftKings salary. Okay, now for my captain of the slate, I like Jonas Valanciunas, projected at 34.7 fantasy points here tonight. That's 3.5 times value. He's 10,000 DraftKings salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. A 2% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 35% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, a 45% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, a 16% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points, and a 2% chance to score 60 fantasy points or more. So I like Jonas Valanciunas here at 10,000 DraftKings salary. And just real quick here, I think Ja Morant is way overpriced for 11,400 DraftKings salary. Let's just compare Ja Morant to Jonas Valanciunas. Looking at the 45 plus point upside here, Jonas Valanciunas has 16-2, and Ja Morant has 12-2. So that's why I'm going with Jonas Valanciunas in my captain spot. Save a bunch of money. I probably won't have Ja Morant in my lineup. Fit in all those other studs in those value plays. So here are my picks for tonight's DraftKings Showdown.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck. Okay guys, if you're getting any value from this video, please hit that red subscribe button. We put out new fantasy basketball videos every single day. So if you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell notification, you won't miss out on any of our new fantasy basketball and fantasy football videos. Tons of free stuff coming your way. It only takes a second, and it helps us push out more fantasy content for you guys to consume each and every day. It's because of you subscribers that make this possible. So thank you for supporting this channel. This is a quick reminder, you should be reading the comments of this video. We have some savvy basketball fans who watch these videos, and they often give great plays and call me out when my picks are wrong. Wisdom of the crowd is a great way to get a feel for what players the field likes in today's NBA slate. We also have a DFS tool that shows you what players our members like for today's slate, so you can come on in and check that out.